Hey Tanner, this is Keaton Everett from ABC going over your pitching video from the summer camp. We'll just kind of go over and break down your mechanics and talk a little bit about what you're doing, some things I see you're doing right, and some things we can work on, and just kind of help yourself get yourself in a little better position to, maximize your body, maximize your health, just basically get you throwing harder, get you throwing more consistent, and ultimately keep yourself, as healthy as you can. So anyways, to start off right off the bat, we'll kind of just pause everything, kind of break it down frame by frame. So everything's looking good as you're starting your motion. A lot of times you'll see guys heads, move around all over the place, kind of change directions a bunch, but you're doing pretty good at staying over your back leg and nice and under controlled. So just the more we can keep that head in line and limit the body motion side to side or front and back, the more consistent you're going to be. So that's pretty good. All right, you're staying over that back leg. A lot of times you'll see guys kind of start to drift forward a little bit, but you're staying back, and that's good. So one of the things that we're going to see here is your hands breaking. All right, you can see here that ball's already dropped really quickly out of the glove, and your body hasn't started to go forward yet. All right, it's good to break your hands in a consistent spot before you're really starting to get going forward, but we need to have a little bit more forward momentum with our body, and we just need to break those hands a little bit later, and you'll see why in a little bit. But that ball just comes out really quickly, and it's already out, and you can watch what your arm's going to do is your arms just kind of come up and just kind of going to lag in this position back here, and what that's going to do is that's going to cause your arm to have to play catch up with your body, and you're going to see it come right into this position. Okay, this isn't a very good position to get your arm in. This is can cause arm problems later on down the road, and this is something that you need to look at and address now to make sure that you're pitching long into your career. So and all that is your arm is getting going so quickly under your glove and so early that it has to play catch up, and it has to drop down to this angle to kind of sync up with your body, and we don't want that. We always want 90-degree angles, more neutral. It doesn't have to be perfectly 90, but we want to see that arm somewhere here, maybe right here. All right, we just don't want to see extreme angles. A lot of times you'll see guys get their elbow above their shoulder, which isn't good. So this elbow to shoulder height relation is good. We just got to make sure that we're going to be changing this angle a little bit, and that's an easy fix. All that is just when you're back here, all right, you keep those hands together. All right, another good thing is your hands are low at the belt. That's good. All right, you just want to see those hands together, hands together, hands together, hands together, hands together, and now they're going to start coming apart probably about right here. All right, so they're still together right here, and once that leg starts coming down, that's when you're going to want those hands to start breaking. So in this position, ultimately we'd still like to see, the hand still here, everything's ball and glove. Now those hands start to break. Now your arm's going to be in that right timing to swing up and get in that position, that nice powerful position to stay healthy and to throw. So all that is that's just a timing issue. It's going to be easy to fix. You just hold on to that ball a little bit longer, and then that arm's just going to naturally get in that better position. So all that is, again, just one more time, hands together, hands together, hands together, hands together. Now that leg's starting to go. Now this is where your hands need to start breaking. All right. So other than that, with that timing issue, that's going to be an easy fix. Okay. So now we're going to look at the lower half. So the lower half is real big. The lower half is where we get our velocity. It's where we get our power. You're doing a good job at staying closed. We just want to make sure that you're feeling your hips lead you down the mound. All right. We want to make sure that you're getting all your power from that lower body and not from that upper body, okay? So all you got to think is, just taking that, either that hip bone or that back pocket, and just driving it straight towards the catcher. All right, you're doing pretty good at it. You can kind of see this front knee kind of leak open a little bit. We just want to keep that closed as long as we can and drive those hips down the mound instead of that left leg opening everything up. And what you'd start to see is instead of your back leg at this angle here, it's going to start turning over a little bit earlier, and you're going to start seeing an angle that's more kind of down here that way. So now that knee's starting to kind of turn down towards the dirt because you're using so much hips and you're using those legs. So that's just something to also look at too. So you're doing pretty good at that though. All right, so now we're going to foot strike. So we always like to look at what's happening at foot strike. So once that foot's hitting the ground, okay, so there you can see the dust on your foot. So your foot has just landed right here, and you can see a big front side leak. All right, this happens with a lot of younger kids. It's just a strength thing. It's something that you just need to be aware of it, and it's going to be easier with age. All right, and all we like to see is we like to see that front elbow hasn't kicked out yet. All right, that glove's right out over that front foot a little bit more. All right, we just haven't got that left elbow to turn yet. There might be a little bit of turn, but we just don't want to have this elbow completely disappear back here. We just want to see it, somewhere out here. So all we're knowing is that we're keeping that front side closed a little bit longer, and we're just staying on the ball. The longer we can stay closed with that front side, the more separation we're going to have in our hips, and just the more power we're going to have. So that hip-shoulder separation, just the fact that you're getting there pretty good, almost there. We just want that hip facing the batter before these shoulders start to move. All right, so you're just leaking a little bit. You're seeing a little bit of loss of separation there. You just want to drive that right hip towards the catcher, and then that right shoulder comes through. And what that's going to do too is that's going to help you finish a little bit better. You're finishing pretty good though. You're still out over that front foot a little bit. All that's going to do is that's just going to take us from this position here, and that's just going to give us maybe a little bit, another 6 or 8 inches. Then the closer we can release the ball, the better off we're going to be. So all that's going to do is just take us from there, and that's going to get us to release the ball from right here to hopefully a little bit farther out. That's going to get a little bit more angle. It's just going to be a little bit better for you, power-wise, health-wise. But other than that, you're getting pretty good out over your front foot. You're staying back. Looks like you got pretty good control of your body, which is a good starting place. So all that is just a big timing issue. Just keep those hands closed a little bit longer and drive those hips and that body down the mound a lot quicker, and that arm's just going to naturally sync up. It's going to be a pretty easy fix. All right. So other than that, everything's pretty solid there. Hope you had a great time at camp, and hopefully you have a great season this year. And we look forward to seeing you again with ABC.